Okay, now it's a dynamic class, but we're starting down on the ground. Simple cross legs, a few postures, then kneeling, a few postures, and then we'll come on up for the Surya namaskars. So let's start this session. Sukh asana, simple cross legs, right leg in front. Hands behind you. You can turn your fingers slightly out. Breathe in, lift up that chest. Now remember, we don't lift up the knees. Keep your knees down. Tuck the tail in and lift up the hips. Down. Inhale, left arm up. Exhale, turn to the right. Inhale, back to the center. Hands down on the ground in front of you. Breathe in and exhale, go forward. Only as much as you like. Now, because it's just the beginning of class, this might be a little less. Come on up. With your hands, walk back. Hands on the ground, a little in front of the hips. So not right beside the hips, slightly forward. Knees up and lift only as much as you can. So hips off the ground first. Then maybe the right foot, maybe the left. Now, it doesn't matter if you can't get both feet or even a single foot off the ground, really doesn't matter. And that's enough. Feet down, hips down, relax. Change legs, left leg in front. Hands behind you. Breathe in, chest open. Breathe out, hips up. Down. Sitting upright. Inhale, right arm up. Right hand on left knee, turning to the left. Inhale, come back. Hands on the ground, breathe in. Exhale, moving forward, walking your hands or even sliding them. Look up, walk back with your hands. Hands a little forward of the hips, knees up. Push into the ground, depress your shoulders, hips off the floor. If you can, left foot off. If you can, both feet off. Wonderful. Feet down, hips down, and relax. Give your wrists a little bit of a roll. Give your shoulders a little bit of a shrug. And now let's get on to our knees. For the first one, keep the knees slightly apart. That'll help. Inhale, up onto the knees, arms up. And exhale, go back just a tiny bit. Remember to push your hips slightly forward. Come back to center first and then down. Now, thighs together. Inhale, left arm up. Exhale, turning to the right. Inhale back to center. Breathe in, right arm up. Exhale, turning to the left. Inhale back to center. Hands on the ground, breathe in and out. Moving forward. Take your time. You can stop at any stage you like. Maybe you put your forehead on a block, maybe it touches the ground. All okay. Look up. Slowly walk back with your hands. Now, before we do the last one over here, this one's slightly different. Now, it's a lift, or at least we're hoping it turns into a lift. It takes a very long time to master, and it really needs you to engage your shoulders completely. So it's a very rounded, protracted shoulder region. Okay. Now, if you take your hands too far back, you'll strain the wrist. So I would say, let's start this easy. Hands somewhere beside your knees, maybe even a little forward. That's okay. Breathe in, breathe out, hunch your shoulders, lift your knees up. And now let's just go left foot off the ground for 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Down and relax. Now, later on, you want to get both feet off the ground, and it is a very, very strong posture. Okay? But we're not doing that. Good news. Hands on the ground, somewhere near your knees. Breathe in, breathe out, hunch your shoulders, lean forward a little bit, lift your hips up, lift your knees up, and right foot towards the hip. Straight arms. And that's it. Foot down, knees down, hips down, and relax. Give your wrists a little bit of a roll, both directions, and give your shoulders a little bit of a shrug, both directions. And let's come on up, Surya namaskars. Starting with namaskar 1. Feet together, palms together. Release. Inhale, up and back. Breathing out, forward bend down. Left leg all the way back, knee touch. Lift off the back knee, plank. To the ground, knees, chest, and front of the chin. Inhale, chest up in cobra. Exhale, hips back in down dog. Left foot all the way forward, right knee touch. Forward bend, folding over. And breathing in, up and behind. Straighten, let go. One more. Inhale up. Exhale down. Right leg all the way back. Inhale, look ahead. Plank. Down, knees, chest, chin. Chest up in cobra. Breathe in. Breathe out, down dog. Right foot all the way forward, back knee touch. Forward bend. And breathing in, up and behind. Straighten and release. Now, today we'll do Namaskar 4. But even if you can, I'll say don't jump. We'll just really practice stepping back and stepping forward really fast. Even if you normally do jump, let's not do it today. Namaskar 4. Feet together. Now remember, you can take your arms up from the side or from the front. It doesn't really matter. Standing tall, arms beside you for this one. We don't start this one in the Namaste. Arms beside you. Breathing in, knees bent, arms up, Utkatasana. Exhale down, forward bend. Breathing in, half up. Breathing out, step back into the plank in a hurry and down. Turn the feet, upward facing dog. Exhale, hips back, downward facing dog. Right leg forward, left heel turns in slightly, chest and arms up in warrior 1. Hands down to the ground, step back and down into chaturanga. Turn the feet, upward dog. Slow, push the hips back, downward dog. Left leg forward, warrior 1. Look up, join your palms. Hands down, and once again, plank and low plank. Upward facing dog. Downward facing dog, and let's stay for 3 breaths. Now remember, today we're not jumping. There we go. Bend your knees a little bit. Step forward, 1 foot, other foot. Inhale, half up. Exhale, all the way down. And then finally, knees bent, arms up, palms touch, look up, squat, Utkatasana. And release. One more. Knees bent, arms up. Exhale down, forward bend. Inhale, head up. Exhale, step back and go down. Turn the feet, upward dog. Push your hips back, down dog. Right leg forward. Turn the back heel in first, coming on up. Warrior 1. Hands down. Plank, low plank. Up dog. Downward dog. Left leg forward. Right heel turning in and flat. Arms up. Virabhadrasana 1. Hands down. Plank and low plank. Turn the feet. Upward dog. Hips push back. Downward facing dog and stay for 3. Bend your knees a little bit, that'll help. Step forward, 1 foot, other foot. Inhale, head up. Exhale down all the way. And then bending your knees, coming on up into your last Utkatasana. Release, relax, let go. Beautiful. Now keep your blocks close by and use them anytime you want, because we're doing a lot of one-legged postures, so half moon, etc., etc. There are a few surprises coming up. Be ready for those. First off, starting with the triangle. Right leg forward, left leg back. Inhale, arms up, breathe in. Tuck the hip in, go forward and down. Start with the ankle if you like, and maybe you can go all the way down. But this time you're resting. You've got that right hand down, resting on something. Now we're moving directly into half moon from here. Left hand on your hip, bend the right knee. Now it's a good idea to get that back foot a little closer. You might need that. Right hand forward, use a block if you need it, and go lift off the back leg into half moon. If possible, left arm up. Left hand on hip, right knee bent, back foot touches the ground. Both hands on your mat, step back into plank. And let's go down to the ground, knees, chest, and chin. Inhale, a very low cobra. So you're not pushing with your hands at all, but absolutely straight legs. You're not pushing with your hands. Relax, down dog. Same cycle on the left. Left leg forward. Come on up, ready for triangle. Look forward, look through the left hand. Breathe in and breathe out, Trikonasana. Right hand on hip, left knee slightly bent. Move that right foot a little closer. Left hand forward, touching the ground. Lift off into Ardha Chandrasana, half moon. If you like it, right arm up. Remember, facing the side with your chest, facing the side with your hips. It's a lateral posture. That's enough. Right hand on hip, bending the front knee, back foot down to the ground. Both hands on your mat. Step back into a plank. And on the exhale, down to the ground, knees, chest, and chin. Inhale, cobra, very less. No pushing with your hands, but feet together, kneecaps off, feet stuck together. Release, downward dog. Okay, now let's take that same thing further ahead, a little stronger this time. Right leg forward, back foot flat. Inhale, coming on up. And the difference is that we will not, or at least we will try not to touch that bottom hand to the ground. Okay? Now, even if you are touching, just put less weight on that bottom hand. Let's go. Arms up. Tuck the hip in, go forward and down. No rest. So maybe you're going all the way down, yeah, with your palm just floating above the air, but floating above the ground, sorry, but no rest. Okay, that's enough. Left hand on hip, right knee bent. Step a little closer with the back foot. Now, take that right hand forward. Start with your fingertips touching the ground. Lift off into half moon. Careful here. If you like, left arm up. And now comes the fun bit. For a few seconds only, put less weight on that right hand. So maybe you're lifting off, maybe you're not, but just put less weight on the right hand. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. That's it. Fingers touch. Left hand on hip. Back foot touches the ground. Both hands on mat. Stepping back into your plank. Exhale. Ashtanga namaskar. Inhale. Cobra without pushing, feet together. Breathe out. Downward facing dog. Left leg forward. Come on up, ready for triangle. Look through the left hand, turn your head forward, breathe in, tuck your hip, go forward and down. No rest. Right hand on hip, left knee bent. First things first, get that right foot a little closer. Now, left hand forward on the ground, fingertips just about touching. Lift off into half moon. You can keep your right arm beside you, but if possible, right arm up. And here we go for just a few seconds, fingers off the ground. That's it. Fingers touch, right hand on hip, bending the front knee, back foot touches the ground. Hands down on your mat and plank to the floor, 8-pointed. Chest up in cobra, feet together, kneecaps off, no pushing with your hands. Exhale, downward facing dog. Okay, similar but not the same. Right leg all the way forward. Left leg a little closer. We're now going into pyramid. Inhale, come on up. Hips facing forward, so you're not turning the hips anymore. Absolutely forward facing. Inhale, arms up. And exhale, fold over. Remember, for safety's sake, you can bend the knee to start with. You can always straighten it out later. Hands on the ground, fold over. If you like, right leg straight. Parshottan. In English, we just call it the pyramid, which is not the literal translation, but never mind. Right knee bent. Both hands forward. Nice and slow. Lift up the back heel first. Do not keep the back heel flat. Lift up the back heel first. Hands touching the ground. And let's go left leg up. If possible, higher than hip level. Without turning the hip. And only if possible, right leg straight. Only if you can manage. Without turning the hip. So it shouldn't look or feel like a half moon. It's level hips. Wonderful. Right knee bent. Back foot down. Hands on the mat. Stepping back into your plank. 8-pointed salute. Cobra without a push. Exhale, down dog. Left leg forward. Right foot a little closer. Come on up. Inhale, arms up. Parshottan. Bend the knee a little bit. Fold over. Hands touch the ground. And if you think that's okay, left leg straight. Left knee bent, look up. Move your hands forward. Now, before you do anything, lift up that right heel, and that will prevent your hips from turning. Lift up the right heel. Here we go. Let's do this. Right leg up in the air. If possible, higher than hip. If possible. Perfect. If possible, left leg straight. No turning the hip. So very simple. If your hip turns, just bend the left knee a little bit. That should take care of things. It'll give you more awareness. And that's enough. Left knee bent, back foot touches the ground, both hands on your mat. Step back into plank and down, 8 pointed knees, chest, chin. Inhale, cobra. Feet together, kneecaps off, no pushing with your hands. Release, downward facing dog. Similar, but not the same. Right leg forward. Left foot a little closer. Inhale all the way up. And now let's go fingers interlock behind the back, straight arms. Breathe in and breathe out, fold over. Remember, if you like, start with a bent knee if you need it. If you don't need it, that's okay. After you fold over, arms away from back. Arms close to back. Bend the right knee, look up a little bit. Now, release those hands and place them on the ground in front of you, not in line with the foot. Lift up the back leg, only hip height, not higher. Lift up the chest, fingers are no longer touching the ground, and send your arms back. Right knee could be slightly bent, that just makes it safer for you. And that's it, hands down on the ground, back foot touching the ground, hands on the mat. Step back into plank. And let's go, 8 pointed knees, chest, chin. Inhale, cobra. Exhale, down dog. Left all the way forward. Right leg a little closer. Inhale, come on up. Focus on the hips, so not turning this way, not even a bit. Absolute forward facing. Fingers interlock behind, straight arms. You see what the straight arms does to your shoulder, so that is not what you want. Rolling your shoulders back. Breathe in and breathe out, fold over. If you like, left knee slightly bent, especially in the beginning. Many of us don't need it. Many of us do. Arms away from back at the end. Left knee bent, arms close to back, look up. Release your hands and place hands on the ground in front of you. Lift up the right heel, very important. Now, lift up the right leg, hip level. Inhale, chest up, so you got one straight line, arms back. To keep it safer, left knee slightly bent, but if you can and you want to straighten that left leg, go for it. That's enough. Both hands down, back foot down, plank, and down, 8 pointed. Inhale, cobra. Exhale, down dog. Next set, and we're going into the standing twists. Right leg all the way forward. Breathe in, look forward. Breathe out, left hand close to the foot. Right hand on lower back for a moment. And whenever you're ready, right arm up. That's it. We're not doing anything more than this. So we're not crossing over. We're not flattening the back foot. We're not taking the right arm forward. Wonderful. Hands down. Left leg a little closer. Now, if you're using a block for this, the block goes under the left hand. Both hands forward. If you need a block, keep it under your left hand right now. Make sure the left heel is up. Lift off the left leg. And nice and gentle, turn your chest to the right. Right arm up, revolving half moon. Both hands down, right knee bent, back foot touching the ground. Hands on the mat, plank. Knees, chest, chin. Inhale, cobra. Exhale, down dog. And let's go left leg all the way forward. Right hand close to the foot. Turning to the left, left hand on lower back. So you're trying to get your shoulder and your left knee as close to each other as possible. Whenever you're ready, left arm up. Wonderful. Both hands down. Right foot steps closer. Keep the heel up. Both hands forward. If you're using a block, it's under the right hand. Lift off the right leg. Hip level only. Turning your chest to the left. And if you're okay with that, left arm up. Revolving half moon. Wonderful. Hands down. Left knee bent. Back foot down. Hands on mat. Step back into plank. Down to the ground. 8 pointed. Cobra, feet together. No push. Relax. Down dog. And we've come to the final one over here. Now, this one's going to be strong. Right leg all the way forward. Breathe in. Breathe out. Take your left hand close to the foot, but use only your fingertips. Right? Turn to the right. Right arm up. And for just a couple of seconds, get those fingertips off the floor. You're still turning. Left hand fingertips off the floor. That's enough. Both hands down. Step together. Come on up. Now, if you can't straighten your leg, just use a bent knee, okay? Right knee up. Left hand, either hold the foot or the knee. Your choice. I'll leave that up to you. Right leg straight out in front of you. It's right foot, left hand. Start turning. If you can, right arm back. And only for a few seconds, if you can, free the left hand as well. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. That's it. Come back to center. Leg down. Yikes, that was a little strong. Fold over. Step back into plank. And down. 8 pointed salute. Inhale, cobra. Exhale, down dog. Left all the way forward. Right hand close to the foot, turning to the left. Left arm up. And here we go. Right hand not touching the ground. So lift the fingers off. That's it. Both hands down. Step together. Inhale, come on up. Left hand on hip. This helps because it helps you turn. Left knee up. To make it easier, just grab the knee. To make it harder, grab the foot. Maybe left leg straight. Start turning. Start turning. If you've turned enough, left arm back. And right hand free for 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. Release. Okay, there we are. That's done. Breathe in. Fold over. You still need to do the plank to the ground. Cobra. Down dog. And that's it. Down, please. Lie down for a moment. Okay, let's begin the groundwork. Feet together, arms out to the side. Right leg up just a bit, crossing over to the left. You can turn your head and look at the right hand. Come back. Left leg up, crossing over to the right. Turn your head, look at the left hand. Come back. And let's go. Feet slightly apart. Hands beside your head, so beside your face. And let's start with the cobra, but not a very strong one, a supported cobra. Hands beside your face. Inhale. Straight arms. If you like, look up. Wonderful. Elbows down. But wait, here's the transition. Get onto your forearms. Tuck your toes under. And plank. Forearm plank. Slow. Walk your feet closer until you're doing a dolphin, which is basically like a down dog, but on your forearms. Now, maybe your heels are off the ground, maybe your knees are slightly bent, all okay. And that's it. Shoulders forward. Walk your feet back. Lie down. Arms out to the side. Right leg up. Crossing over to the left. Crocodile twist. Turn your head. Look at the right hand. Return. Left leg up. Twisting it over to the right. Look at the left hand. Come back. Hands near your chest now. You're trying to do a proper cobra. It doesn't matter if you can't straighten your arms. Inhale, up, up, up. Maybe straight arms, maybe not. Beautiful. Down. Forearms on the ground. If you prefer, you can go fingers interlocked. Harder would be parallel forearms, okay? But if you prefer, you can go fingers interlocked. That's fine. Tuck your toes under, feet together, and slow lift off into a forearm plank. Slow. Relax your shoulders a little bit. Start walking forward with your feet. Your hips come up in the air, and you're in a dolphin. Remember, fingers interlocked will make this easier for the shoulders. Parallel forearms will make this harder for the shoulder joint. Knees bent is fine. Heels off the ground is fine. And that's it. Shoulders forward. Step back with your feet. And down. Last one. As far as these are concerned, of course, we still have a lot to do. Arms out to the side. Right leg up, crossing over to the left. Come back. Left leg up, crossing over to the right. Come back. Feet slightly apart. Hands near your lower ribs, so not beside your chest, a little lower. Upward facing dog. Straight arms. Kneecaps off the ground. Absolutely straight legs. Thighs off the ground. And down. Slow. No hurry. On your forearms. Toes tucked under, feet together. Slow lift up. And knees off as well. Forearm plank. Slow. Start walking forward with the feet until you're in a position that looks like a down dog, but you've got your elbows and forearms down on the ground. Try not to push your shoulders forward like this. Move your chest towards your legs. Shoulders forward, feet back, and that's it. Knees down. Help yourself up. Simple cross legs. Right leg in front. Inhale, left arm up. Exhale, turn to the right. Now turn as much as you can. Your body is quite warm. Walk with the fingers of the back hand. Inhale, come back to center. Change, get onto your knees. We're doing a one-handed or a one-armed camel. Come on up. If you like, tuck your toes under. That makes it easier. If you can, point the feet. Left arm up, about eye level, not all the way there, just eye level. Turn your chest a little bit. Yeah, just turn your chest a little bit. You're still looking forward. Do not look where you're turning. Look forward, breathe in, and a little bit of a curve, pushing your hips forward. Your fingers touch your heels. If you like, rest over there. Now you're still looking forward. Now, only if you want to make this stronger, take your left arm all the way up and now drop your head back. And if you still want to make it stronger, left arm all the way back. Beautiful. Come on up. With control, sit. And here's the transition. Straight legs, Dandasana. Knees bent. We're going into half boat today. Arms forward, rounding down, straight legs. Remember, shoulders rolling off the floor. Lower back touches the ground. Shoulders rolling off. Sit up, feet slightly apart, hands behind. Inhale, chest open. Exhale, hips up. Do not push your tummy out like that. Belly flat and relaxed. And down. Left leg in front, simple cross legs. Inhale, right arm up. Exhale, turn. Turning to the left, right hand on left knee. Turning to the left. Turn even more. Walk with the fingers of the back hand. Come back. On your knees again. Either you have toes tucked under or you have toes pointed. Right arm up, about eye level. Turn the shoulders a little bit. You're still looking forward. Breathe in. Push your hip forward, curve back, find the heel. You're still looking forward. Don't drop your head as of now. Okay, now maybe you'd like to go deeper. So get your right arm up, level your shoulders, and now you're looking up at the ceiling or you're dropping your head back. And if you still want to go deeper, right arm all the way back. That's it. Up, release. Slow, legs forward, Dandasana. Hands beside the hips, push into the ground, absolutely vertical back. Flat feet, feet together. Knees bent. Arms on knees over there, breathe in. Breathe out, round. Watch the hunched back, round, 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 down. Lower back, middle back, touch the ground, and then straight legs. Sit up, feet slightly apart, hands behind. Inhale, open chest. Exhale, hips up. And down. Wonderful work. Let's finish this. We are done. Sit, simple cross legs. Let's put everything to the test with a lift and a boat and a lift and a boat. Now, this time we will not do the half boat. We'll try and do the full boat. To make it easier for your back, very simple, just widen the V a little bit. And that, for many people, is a lot more relieving on the back. All right. But remember, you're not rounding. You're really trying to push your chest forward. So it's a flat line in the back. And that's why I say maybe you prefer to open the V up a little bit. That's it. Simple cross legs, right leg in front. Hands on the ground a little forward of the hips. Knees up, lift, right foot off, maybe left foot off. Down, feet touch the ground, hips down. Uncross the feet, arms forward, lean back slightly and go. Now asana the boat. If you like, a little wider, if you need it. Simple cross legs, left leg in front. Hands on the ground, a little forward of the hips. Breathe in, breathe out. Depress your shoulders, lift the hips up. Left foot off, right foot off. Lolasana, the swing. Your hips should be behind your forearms. Down, knees bent, arms forward, lean back a little bit, and straight legs. And that's it. Feet down. Lie down for a moment. Then we'll do a shoulder stand and a fish posture. But before that, just lie down. Let go. Let your breath come back to neutral. Okay, sit up for a moment. Now, to finish off today's class, we're going into the shoulder stand. But today, if possible, I'll ask you to start off with an easy shoulder stand, which is, as you know, with a bit of a flex, a bit of a bend in the hip region, and then maybe try and straighten it up a little more. Now, the thing is, if you hurry that up, if you're in too much of a hurry to become vertical, you'll almost certainly look like a bit of a banana, right, with a bit of a curve. And you won't even realize it until, of course, someone takes a picture of you from the side. So if you want that really perfect straight shoulder stand, there is a little tip or a little trick which I will show you today, right? If you want it. And remember, uh, if it's not perfectly vertical, it's completely okay. The easy shoulder stand itself has a whole lot of benefit for you. So if you think that's all your neck can handle, well, then that's all you should be doing. Now, let me show this. Don't do it just yet. Let me show you a little cheat that is very important that comes in use. And of course, I'll do it a little faster because I'm just demonstrating. So you're up here, and that's your easy shoulder stand, correct? Now, you want to go a little higher. So what do? You try and get your hands a little higher up your back, and you do this. But if you notice, that looks like a banana, right? There's a bit of a curve going on. So you take your legs back slightly. And of course, I'm leaning slightly and I'm leaning towards my back. But at least now I know what it feels like to be in a straight line. And then later on, as you get better, it doesn't have to happen in one day. As you get better, you'll be able to imitate the same thing absolutely upright. Okay, so that's a little trick. You lean away slightly. Now, why does that help? It does so many things for you. First of all, it places less strain on the neck. When you're just trying to go vertical, it places less strain on the neck if you're leaning slightly towards your back. That's one, and a very important use. But it also switches on, it activates your core, and that means the front and the back, not just the belly. And of course, like I said earlier, you get an awareness of what that straight line is so that you can feel it when you actually do come up vertical. Please remember, this does not have to be done in one day. You can take your time with it. Let's go. Shoulder stand, starting easy and then getting it just a little more vertical if you can. Lying down. Starting with an easy shoulder stand, legs up. Move your feet towards your head, push your elbows into the ground, and there we go. You managed to lift off. Place your hands on your lower back, and let's start easy. Okay, let's straighten up a little bit more, just a bit. So your hands move a little more towards your shoulders. That flex in the hips reduces slightly. And of course, there's more weight on the shoulders and neck. Now, if you can, go as vertical as you can. Maybe you've got the banana going on. So I'll ask you to lean your feet, your legs, a little away from you. And that's the straight line we were talking about. Now, maybe you're not ready for it, but if you can, create or recreate that same straight line, but now pointing up to the ceiling. And that's enough. Legs a little down towards your head, just halfway is good enough. Arms on the ground behind your back. Control your descent. While your knees are still bent, get your arms under you. Straight legs. Fish posture, Matsyasana. Very important. We need to release the neck after the shoulder stand. So we do the fish. Inhale, elbows push down, chest rises up, top of the head on the floor. And release. Knees bent. Free your arms. And that's it. Lie down with straight legs. Knees bent. Drop to the side. Use your top hand to push yourself up. And today we'll finish in a squat. Now, of course, if you don't like the squat, if your knees don't like the squat, you can just go onto hands and knees. That's also fine. Breathe in, breathe out, lean forward, hands touch the ground, and help yourself up. Feet apart, eyes open. Feet together, palms together, breathe in.